And in other words, if you can't afford a lab, you're never going to be able to duplicate what this man's doing. Because I look in here and there's a number of different things. And there's, for example, Oxytropis falcate extract, whole plant, standardized for biogenic amine, okay. English, amine content.
Yeah. There's a lot of complicated words, but most of the time they can be really explained into very simple words. I like to look at a compound too, because the way you say it, I can't really understand it.
You can read it. We can also then read it in our spare time, because the way they break this down is literally, yeah, you would have to have basically a doctor to do this. But I've always had a good trust with Gaspari products. It took them a while, and I was thinking like, okay, another bodybuilder's coming out with a product.
No, he's done a good job.
Yeah,
he's done a good job.
Rich, you get props. You actually went and did the work.
Yeah.
More often than not, like I said, I've seen a number of products come out. I'm like, oh,
their product are staples. They always sell well. They always do well. And the great thing about him that I really personally like is, you know what? When something doesn't sell or stops selling, he doesn't try to keep on selling. He take it off the shelf and he's like, you know what? This probably must be something wrong. Let's come out with something better.
Oh, wow.
So it's not like trying to hang on to something
it's
just
like,
because.
Buy it.
Exactly. So that's why I like this company, and they do reformulate often. So it's like they always have new formula, which is great because there's always new stuff out there, and sometimes what's working great before still work great, but you might be able to make it better.
Okay. Now, as we move on, a lot of times I wonder, and of course my audience says, well, when should a person start taking a fat burner? Do you start beginning? Do you like what point in time? Like, I've been training for 2 months. Should I start taking a fat burner? Or I just started working out?
That's a good question. It really depends, I think, on the individual, on the person. But it depends on what type of workout you're doing, and also what your health condition is. If you're obese, for example, then you can't really take a fat burner until you have basically lost quite a lot of weight. Why? Because your heart is pumping too hard.
Exactly.